Hello guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Varun and in this video we will be talking about depth first search or DFS for graphs. So first of all, what is depth first search or DFS? So DFS is basically a traversal method through which we can traverse our graph data structure. Like we can print all the nodes which are present in the graph, or we can search for a particular element in the graph, or many things we can do from DFS. So first of all, let's say I have graph like this and I want to apply depth first search on this particular graph. So for starting the DFS, I have to select a node which is unvisited, or like we have not started the DFS yet, so I can consider any of the nodes. Let's say I have selected this particular node 1. So what I will do is I will make this node 1 as visited, and as you can see the orange color represents the visited node. So I made the 1 as visited node and our output is 1. I made that 1 as output. Now in the next step what we have to do is we have to check the adjacent neighbors of this particular node 1, which are 2 and 3 in this case, and both of them are unvisited, so we have to consider both of them. Let's say first I have considered this 2, so I will go to this particular node 2, and our current node becomes 2, and I will make this node as visited like we have did for the node 1, and put it into the output. So our output is 1 and 2. Now for the 2 I will apply the same thing as we have done on node 1, that is I will check the adjacent nodes of this 2, which are 4, 5 and 1 in this case, but 1 is already visited, so we need not to worry about that, but we have to check for this 4 and 5. So let's say I have selected 4, so our current node becomes 4, and I will make this node 4 as visited and put it into the output. Now at this point, for this node 4, which is our current node, we don't have any neighbors which are unvisited. It has adjacent neighbor, that is 2, but that is already visited. So what we will do here is we will backtrack to its previous node, that is we came to 4 from this node 2, so I will backtrack to its previous node, that is 2. So our current node becomes 2, but our output is 1, 2 and 4. We will not print 2 again as the output, because otherwise it will print it again and again and again. So I will not print this 2 as output again. Now for this 2 we are left with 5, which is its adjacent node and it's not visited yet. So I will go to this node 5, and our current node becomes 5, and I will make this node as visited, and our output is 1, 2, 4 and then 5. Now same thing applies for this 5. The adjacent node which is unvisited is 8, so I will go to 8, mark it as visited, and now our current node is 8, and this also goes into the output. Now for this 8 we have 7, so let's go to 7. The current node becomes 7 and our output is this. Now for this 7 we will go to 3, and our current node becomes 3, and then we will put it into the output. Now for this 3 we have 6, then we will go to 6, make it as visited, then print it into the output. But now we don't have any unvisited neighbors for this 6, so we have to backtrack to its previous node, that is 3. So our current node becomes 3 and our output is same. Now for this 3 we have two options, either we go to 1 and or go to 7, but as we have come to 3 from this 7 node, So its previous node is 7, not the 1. So we have to go to the 7. So our current node becomes 7 and our output is same. Then for this 7 we have to go to 8. So our current node becomes 8 and output is same. Then for this 8 we have to go to 5. Then current node becomes 5 and output is same. Then for this 5 the previous node is 2. So the current node becomes 2 and output is same. Now for this 2 we don't have any adjacent node to this node 2 which is unvested. So we will backtrack to its previous node, that is 1. So current node is 1 and our output is this. Now for this node 1, both of the adjacent neighbors, that is 2 and 3, are vested. So we will have to backtrack to its previous node, but there is not any previous node for this one. So we can say that our DFS algorithm is completed for this graph, and we can also see that all the nodes are visited and printed in the output. So our final output for DFS on this particular graph is this 1 2 4, that is 1 2 4, then 5 8 7 3 and 6. So basically it is going into the depth of each and every node and checking all the nodes. So let's do the code for this. So here we are at our VS Code, and in this particular file dfs.c I have written a basic code for the adjacency matrix, and these are our set of edges. And let me increase the font. Yeah. And in the example graph we have seen earlier, the number of vertices is 8 and the number of edges are also 8. So I have defined the number of vertices and edges like 8 and 8. Then I have declared an adjacency matrix in which number of rows are number of vertices plus 1 and columns are also vertices plus 1. And this 0 represents that for any ij present in adjacency matrix, there is no edge present in between. We will see that. And then I have declared an array named visited, which also have number of vertices plus 1 as the maximum size, and I have initialized it with 0, which represents that neither of the nodes have been visited earlier. Then we have a generate adjacency matrix function which is taking edges as arguments. Then it is creating our adjacency matrix, and this is the printing of adjacency matrix, and these are set of edges like 1 2 1 3 means that there is an edge between 1 and 2, then edge between 1 and 3, then 2 and 4, and so on. And I have taken the same set of edges as we have in the example graph so that we can check our output. Then I am calling this generate adjacency matrix function and passing these edges as argument. So let's check whether it prints the adjacency matrix or not. Let's gcc dfs.c. So here is our adjacency matrix. Now this adjacency matrix is indexed from 1, that is why it is showing like this, the edge between 1 and 2, then edge between 2 and 1. Similarly for edge between 1 and 3, and here it is showing for 3 and 1. As this is undirected graph, so we have to consider both the cases, like from both directions, from ij and ji. So I have did it like that. Now we don't need this, or like we can still retain it. Now Let's say we will create a function void DFS which is taking a vertex to start. So int vertex it has taken as argument. Then in this function, as we have seen, first of all we have to make this node as visited. So visited vertex equals to 1. That is, we have made this node as visited. Now we have to print that node into the output. So printf vertex. Now after making it as output, we have to check all the adjacent nodes of the of that particular vertex. So we can use a for loop for checking, like for int I1 I less than equals to number of vertices I plus plus. What I am doing here is I have used a for loop which is iterating from 1 to number of vertices, that is 8, and it is checking every possibility that whether any edge is present in between vertex and then this particular I, like vertex and 1, then vertex and 2, vertex and 3, and so on. It check all the possibilities. So what is the condition for checking that this particular vertex and this I are adjacent? That the value of adjacency matrix for this vertex and I should be equals to 1. That is, if now from this condition we have checked that whether a node is whether a edge is present in between this vertex and I. If that node if that vertex is present, then we will do the following. But we have one more condition here, is that what that node I should not be visited earlier. That is, visited of I should be equals to 0. Then only this should happen. Because we have seen in the algorithm also that the node should be unvisited, and as we have seen we are applying the same steps on that particular node, so we can do a recursive call here. So let's say dfs and then this I, so it will do the same thing on this node I, that is, it will make that as visited, then print it, then check all the possibilities of I. So that's it. Then we have to call this function dfs to initiate. So dfs, then we have started from 1 in the algorithm, so I will doing the same dfs1. So this is our code. Let's see whether it works. gc. Now this is our adjacency matrix for the set of edges, and this is our DFS output. So we have seen in the algorithm we also got the same output. That means this code is working fine. So you can check the code also. I will give the link in the description, you can check. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.